Greetings and salutations, friends, and it's been a little while. I've been busy with work, and I wanted to introduce Season 2 of Jank Junkies, which will be commencing properly next week. This is a nice little Season 0 to show you the archetype we'll be focusing on, and I think it's a really cool little archetype, one of my favourites, because there's a lot of varieties in the way that you can build this deck. It is, of course, as you can see, Heretics. So, Heretics are a archetype of light dragon type monsters that love to be tributed, and when they're tributed, they can special summon a normal dragon type monster from deck, hand, or graveyard to your side of the field and make its attack and defense become 0. Now, the reason that I really like this archetype, I played it back in 2013. I topped to regionals with it, which was pretty cool back in 2013. Anyway, I think it's a really cool archetype, and I'm excited to get building with it. So here we have the monsters. All of them, apart from Newt, and like these ones across here, share the effect that when they are tributed, you special summon a dragon type normal monster from your deck, hand, or graveyard. So Gebeb, when it destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, important, in case they've got Macrocosmos up, I guess, or anything that, just goes, no, this is getting banished, lol. You can special summon one dragon type normal monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard, and then the same when it's tributed, you can do that as well. Newt does not have it when it's tributed, which is an issue, so we're probably never going to be running Newt. When it is targeted by a spell, trap, or card effect, it lets you do it, but I mean, yeah. Eset is probably the best starter for the deck when you're going first, because you can normal summon it without tributing and make its attack 1000, even though it's level 5. And it also lets you target a normal dragon type monster that's on the field and make all face-up heretic monsters the same level as it. So it really enables a variety of Xyz plays at whatever rank you fancy, because there's a lot of normal dragon type monsters. Tefnut's Cyber Dragon, but with the tributing effect. Sue pops back row, so spells are traps, friends, spells are traps, by tributing a heretic monster either from the field or from your hand. So that's quite nice, because say you have Sue out, and you've got, say, like a Tefnut in hand, who's not going to be special summoned. It doesn't have the ability to special summon itself by tributing a heretic monster. I probably should have mentioned that earlier, which is what most of them do. You can just tribute that from your hand, you get its effect, and you get a pop of back row. And the same with Nebthet. Level 5, you can tribute a heretic monster from hand or side of the field to target one monster your opponent controls and destroy that target. So they've got ways of getting to a bunch of vanilla dragon type monsters. Now, the archetype does have one vanilla that matters, I guess, if you're going for the rank 8 route, and that's the Heretic Seal of the Sun Dragon Overlord. Just a rank 8, 0 attack, 0 defense, vanilla dragon type monster. Now, Heretic Seal of the Dragon King, while being a level 6, it does not count as a normal monster in the deck. It only counts as it on the field or in the graveyard, and then you can normal summon it to use its effect, but there's just better targets at 6 than the Heretic Seal of the Dragon King, and that's just basically it. It's not going to be getting played. Sutek is a weird one. You banish 3 normal dragon type normal monsters from your graveyard to special summon it, and once per turn you can banish 1 dragon type monster from your graveyard to target a card on the field and destroy that target. It's level 8, which can be nice. The banishing, there's cards that can return them, which there's in archetype cards that can return banished dragon monsters, but I don't know about Sutek. We'll need to play around with it. We'll try it out in the rank 8 build and see if we like it. We've got Aesir, who's a level 7, which is a bit weird, and you just special summon it by banishing 1 light dragon type monster and 1 dragon type normal monster from your graveyard. So it's like a Chaos Dragon, but instead of being a light and a dark, it just needs a light and a normal type. Again, level 7, and I don't know. We'll see. Heretic Seal of Convocation is the deck searcher. It's Rota, it's a 3, and it adds any heretic monster from your deck to your hand. It's basically a 3 of always. Heretic Seal of Supremacy lets you special summon 1 heretic monster from your hand. See, that sounds really good because the deck can be a little bit bricky, but it's just inherently an egg 1, and really you shouldn't be bricking that much. You have Eset, if you're running Gebeb, you've got that, and there's a bunch of other starters that you can play to get things going. We then got Hieratic Seal of Banishment, so you tribute one hieratic monster to target one card your opponent controls and banish that target. Again, can be nice, I don't know. We're going to have to play around and see how we want to build the deck. Hieratic Seal from the Ashes, which is a continuous trap, and once per turn you can send one hieratic monster from your deck to your graveyard. And then also once per turn during your turn, you can target one of your banished hieratic monsters, return that target to the graveyard. So, it's a way to recycle things that get banished, say if you're summoning Aesar or Sutek and because you're going the rank 8 route, you're probably playing Hieratic Seal of the Sundragon Overlord, so you'll be able to bring that back. And when it's sent to the graveyard, target one hieratic monster in your graveyard and special summon that target. Hieratic Seal of Reflection is a counter trap that says no to spells, traps, and monster effects. That's right, it's an Omni Negate, at the cost of tributing one hieratic monster. Again, I'm not sure how often these will be useful, because like, you don't really want to just sit with, say, an Eset on board. And then Hieratic Seal of Creation, which is an OCG card. Hopefully we'll get it at some point. Well, actually, this one doesn't really matter that much, I don't think. But yeah, 2 OCG cards that came in the whatever pack the OCG gets for new cards for random archetypes. This is pretty awful, so we don't really care about this. And then into the extra deck, we have rank 8 Hieratic Sundragon Overlord of Heliopolis, which lets you tribute any number of monsters from your hand or side of your field, minimum 1, and then destroy an equal number of cards in the field, at the cost of detaching and tributing. But of course that's going to trigger any tribute effects off the Hieratics. It's an okay card. I think now there's a lot better rank 8s, so it doesn't really matter that much. But I've always liked this card. We'll see, we'll play about with it in the rank 8 build, and we'll try it out. Hieratic Dragon, King of Atum, which is actually a fucking great card. 2 level 6 dragon monsters, so it doesn't even require Hieratics. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card, special summon 1 dragon monster from your deck, but make its attack and defense 0. And this basically says summon Red Eyes Metal Darkness Dragon. What's it called? Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. There we go. So yes, Atum is really easy to go into with the deck. Bring out Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. Sure, its attack and defense are 0, but its effect's not negated, and that's the important thing. So Atum's probably going to make it into pretty much every build, because there's so many easy ways to get to rank 6. He's just generally worth it. Hieratic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres, we all know and love from Dragon Link. But here we can actually use in its proper archetype. And then Hieratic Heavenly Dragon Overlord of Heliopolis. 2 level 8 monsters. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a card you control in your graveyard and or your banished cards, you can detach 1 material from this card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. This is a good card, and I hope we get it soon. Or, you know, within the reasonable time frame for Konami. So as you can see, it's quite a condensed archetype, but there's a variety of ways of building this. So you can use things like What Tail Dragon, which is a vanilla level 6 for the rank 6 build, and the rank 6 build is largely focused on OTKing. I don't think it's the one I'm going to build for the final, because I'm just not that big into blind second, hope to OTK. It's not the way I like to play the game. We have, obviously, the level 8s, so you've got Hieratic Seal of the Sundragon Overlord, and everybody's favourite chonker. Oh yeah, there's a hyphen. Blue Eyes White Dragon. So you can run a small, sort of like Blue Eyes engine in this as well, which we'll play around with. It could be fun, Hieratic Blue Eyes. And then, finally, my favourite version is using things like Labradorite Dragon, and bringing out tuners and just going for a synchro spam style. That was the way I played the deck before. I'm going to be perfectly honest, it's probably the way that I'm leaning towards now, but we'll see after testing out the varieties, seeing which I prefer. But there's just a ton of great plays you can do this, because you've got like Labradorite Dragon as a 6, you've got Galaxy Serpent as a 2, there's Flamvel something, Glanville Guard is a level 1 tuner. You see, it's just a great synchro toolbox deck. So this is the archetype we're going to be focusing on. I'm going to try uploads Saturday, but I promise nothing because work and whatnot. Trying to get my schedule sorted for that. As you can see, I'm all spotty because I'm stressed. It's not because that, it's just because I'm spotty. But looking forward to really diving into this archetype and seeing what we can do with it. And I hope you'll come along for the journey. Until next time, friends, Treeborn Frog, checking out.